Good morning. Welcome to Duncan Family Farm. We got to fill up the water. The cows are getting their sunrise breakfast. And why are we up so early? Well, besides work, which we're going to do today, we're going to stop by an auction today. I wonder if we'll see Johnny Gillum Farms. That'd be pretty cool. We'll see what happens. Let's go. Like a true man, I ain't using no direction. I made my own map coming in the back way. And like my wife would say, I just hope we get there. Well, we're here. Let's see what we can buy today. We got a David Brown tractor. You don't see that every day around here. Case tractor. Man, looks like it works. It's got a hay stinger on it. I bet they've been loading the hay with that. Maybe. Here's a spreader. It's kind of cool looking. Got metal sides. Got cool wheels on it. That'd be a good yard on it. 2010 John Deere tricycle wheel. They're dangerous little tractors. Be cool to have. Cheap. Cheap. Bunch of saddles here. Head chute's kind of cool. That old manure spreader's got, it is John Deere. They've been repainted. They wrote the end backwards on John Deere, but it is, I looked at the part numbers, it is John Deere. Here's what I'm here for, just to be honest with you. I come for this grader. That's pretty cool. Too bad the wheels broke on it. Need one of these, but today's not the day. Well, here, look at all this stuff on the trailer. Lampshade, wooden well pulleys, all kinds of little branding iron things here. All these, just tub after tub of these shears. Spurs, that's a pretty cool one. Look at that. Shafts, all them books over there, American quarter horse books. More shafts. Old stuff. Lots of roll of used wire. Some of it better than others. Some of them bigger than others. Lots of gates. Some of them better than others. I bet you still could find some good ones here. Water tubs. I could use another one of them. More gates. Feeders. Wouldn't be bad to have some of those. Mostly kind of horse feeders, really. But you can use them for whatever. Everybody needs one of those. I don't know what for. That's a heavy old gate. That's some feeders. That's a deal. I bet these pieces go with. That's a deal you train your horses to walk on. Cool stuff. A pole, bunch of scrap metal up around the barn. I don't know. There's some good things here. Well, this is part of the haul. Have to go back tomorrow and pick up a few more items. I'm going to spread all this out and show you what I got here in just a little bit. But pretty happy with what I got today. All right, we're going to do a real recap of Chup's auction I went to. I got all that laying right there. I'll let you guys kind of guess the totals at the end, but anyhow, I got this set of axles and wheels. There's a front axle and a back axle. Everything there to mount it up to a little trailer. My wife's already got plans. Gonna make her a little flower wagon for out in the yard. I forget what you call the big piece across the top with the other double tree and single tree on the other side, but it's made for pulling plows and things like that with horses, oxen, whatever back in the day. What will I do with that? Well, same thing. I got a wooden one over here. The wooden one's a double tree, single tree, and then it's got that piece there, which actually could hang above that. But anyhow, these are awesome for light fixtures. And you run your wiring and drop your lights down. So the wooden ones and the metal ones Both can be used for that. And I got those in a pile of stuff. The wheels and all the single tree, double trees and stuff all came together in a pile. So I can't really tell you how much, but I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff that come in the piles. And I bought piles for like 10 bucks. I got that roll of barbed wire. Bought it for $12.50, and it's the biggest part of a roll, and it's good heavy duty wire. Absolutely on the farm is something that you can use. And I don't know, new roll wire, depending on what kind it is. I didn't price it, $80 to $100 according to where you get it, that sort of thing. But there's probably $40, $50 worth of at least of wire there. Pieces of chains that come with all those boomers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boomers there. A couple of them, well, most of them are pretty big boomers. Those have pretty good value. I bought the boomers and the chains. I'm thinking I give like 10 bucks for all of them, something like that. Maybe off a little bit. These are called hames. They go on the outside of the leather collar that you're hooking up animals to. There's 5 sets, and the one set there is not. Again, those are used for decoration. People put mirrors, different things like that. There's all kinds of things you can make and do out of that, and we probably will. There's some junk metal. Never want to turn that down. Man, we got some tire tools and crowbars that all just come in the pile, but all those have a value and have a use around the farm. All these little containers are nails and screws and washers and bolts, and there's a whole deal of cotter pins. And Max is coming to check us out. Hello, Max. But anyhow, there's eye bolt hooks, good galvanized nails. There's about half a 5-gallon bucket of steeples there. Another bucket with steeples in it. In this bucket right here is a bunch of electrical fence items and stuff. I bought 2 different piles of those. One of those cans has, there it is right there. It's a bunch of those little, there's one, well, that's a loose one, but that's still the same thing, a little clamp. There's 30 of those clamps in that bucket. Those things are 2 to 3 inch stainless steel hose clamps, and what an incredible thing. Again, part of that same pile of stuff we bought. In that was a bunch of tools. Some of it's not all that great of tools. Those fencing pliers are good. Junk hammers, always good to have around. You might want to have it. This little 1-inch bit right here in the package in the middle, if you had to go buy that, you're going to spend some bucks. These drills, they're the old hand drills. Even got some bits. I got 4 of those. All of them work. Just incredible. Got some sockets, SK, Craftsman, bunch of other wrenches and stuff down in there. I haven't even went through yet. There's 2 more jars. That makes 40 jars of bolts and screws and stuff. Metal funnels, always good to have around. They don't break like the plastic ones do. A little first aid kit. No handy dandy pipe wrenches. One there on the left is just a piece, but the other 7 there, all good pipe wrenches. Rigid brand. Good stuff. There's one of them there that's a kind of an antiquer, but the rest of them good pipe wrenches. All that stuff that you've seen so far, less than about $100 or so, give or take. Lots of stuff. My wife says get it out of the yard, but I wanted to get it and spread it out, show it to you. What we got. I bought a couple more items that we've yet to go pick up. I'll go show those to you tomorrow. When I go up there, it'll be in the same video here, and for you it'll be just a little bit. But incredible finds, incredible buys. Got my I went and picked up a antique piece of equipment that we'll go get tomorrow, and a couple of boards. But man, if I can't come out on this stuff, I'm just wrong. I see one more box that I didn't show you. It's an antique box. It's a factory box, just full of the old antique drill bits. So lots of cool stuff. Some of it I'll use and keep. Some of it I'll take and you know, these light things. These, well, they're not lights, but they'll be converted to lights, or other industrial home purposes. Could be used for lots of things. The metal one could just be used as yard art, hung on a building or hung on your chicken pen or whatever. They'll be for sale. I'll probably sell them. The yellow one I may or may not use in my office. Like I said, my wife's going to keep the wheels and make a little cart out of that. That'll be fun. Lots of stuff. And boats and stuff. How can you go wrong? I probably, all those boats and screws, you know, I probably got about 20 bucks in them. It's not going to take long to get ahead. If you've ever bought eye boats or nuts or screws or any of that kind of stuff, those things will empty your pocketbook out in a hurry. But pretty exciting buys. Chupp's auction, that's my second Chupp's auction to go to. Just stay tuned, and I'm going to show you tomorrow when I go pick up those items. I'll show you the 2 big items I've got. Actually 3 big items. Anyhow, stay tuned and you'll see it next. Well, it's a couple days later. We've got it home. Didn't film loading it. Guess I should have. I just didn't. Anyhow, this piece of horse-drawn equipment, it was used as a drag implement. Still got it tied down up on the trailer. It works kind of like a grater blade would, with that wheel controlling the depth. It has a V-shaped blade. It actually has 2 wheels on it, one on that side and one, I've got the other one in the truck. They broke it off at auction getting ready, but that's okay. We can get it back and fixed. But that is a ditcher, not real common in Oklahoma. They are a few around, I'm sure, but that's what I went to auction for, was this piece of equipment right here. So pretty happy to get it. Got it for a good price. Got it for 50 bucks. That's because the wheel is off of it, I'm sure. But anyhow, I've got the ability to fix that, so we will work on that sometime. Anyhow, laying under it, some people's probably already recognized the ladder. I did not buy that room. This ladder was in one of those picking rooms, but I talked to the guy that bought it and asked him what he wanted for his ladder. I'm going to buy it from him, and he gave it to me, and I don't know his name, but man, I sure appreciate it. Decoration somewhere, man, those are good for in the chicken pen. It'd be good for just a quilt rack. It's kind of tall for that. It's the whole length of this trailer, so it's kind of long. So I doubt we use it whole. I'm sure we'll cut it. Pretty cool. I say bridge timbers, they're really not. Talking to the land, these 2 pieces of wood are 18 foot long. We stepped them off, and they are, I brought my tape measure out so you could see with me, about 2 3/4 of an inch by 11.5 inches wide. To call it a 2x12 would not exactly be accurate. Really cool. We think it's oak. Very few knots in the whole length of these boards. Like I said, they brought them out of Nebraska to use on their farm. We're going to use them. My son-in-law is actually going to use them. He'll turn those into some of his woodworking projects, and you'll see that. It would make a good board for a trailer or ramps, or I mean, I'm just telling you though, that board, I could see that being the right length. It could be a mantle on a fireplace, and it would be pretty cool. Very few knots in it. What a cool piece of wood. Very, very old. Could even be some of that old timber from way back. Don't know how old it is, but you can kind of see by the rings in the wood. That tells you something. So not sure how old those boards are, but this lady told me they brought them back a long time ago. Man, we're just pretty happy with the timber, pretty happy with the ditcher, pretty happy with the auction. Fun. There's my shadow. The lady at the auction also gave me this tire. It's already mounted on. It's not something I would necessarily want to purchase, but I'll put my salt block in it. And she had it in a pile to throw away, and she asked me if I could use it, and I said I could.